can't be the real one. That must be a replica. Right? Yeah, that's like me with my Batman mask. Yeah, I get you.
Ruling the nation, dialing down your TV station. Be the call, the escalation. This is your radio salvation. Go, 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 go. Ruling the nation, dialing down your TV station. Be the call, the escalation. This is your radio salvation. Go, 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 go.
When Red Shane East ended the All-Star game on record with a homer, they gave it all to the National League. When he grew up, he would hit 7 feet. He would also become one of the highest scoring players in basketball history.
Penalty flag on the play. Pass is caught. That's Ingold, the fullback, for the touchdown, but a flag is down.
Absolutely fantastic.
Rebound! Oh! Did you see that? One of the saves of the year from Marc-Andre Fleury.
Good morning, everybody. Well, that my headset was sliding off when I did. Welcome to another live edition of Power Play Sports Collectibles Show, coming to you live from the Go Live Vegas studios in the heart of a chilly Las Vegas, Nevada today. My name is Aaron Phillips. Scott Hosey, the man at the other end of the table, the man, the proprietor behind Power Play Sports Collectibles.
I'm not going to advertise for McDonald's. They haven't paid the advertising bill.
I was going to say, we'll send them a bill.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. We got a lot to talk about today. World of sports. We've got some collectible shows coming up, signing shows, some that are going on this weekend. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
World Series is going on, NFL, college football, Big Ten starts, a lot of stuff. And, of course, hobby talk about some of the things going on in the world of collectibles. How are you this week, sir?
I'm playing with my phone here, trying to share the show, and so all other listeners on different media platforms. And it looks like Facebook has blocked me because I voted.
Oh, jeez. You can listen to us. Hopefully, you're watching us right now on Facebook Live on the Power Play Sports show page. The collectibles, that thing. And we're also live on the Go Live
You're
Vegas.
trying not to.
Jeez, that's right. Go Live Vegas mobile app, and of course on the website, golive.vegas, and not YouTube. YouTube, we're having some logistical errors for the live, but it will be uploaded after today's show if you like watching on YouTube. But we're on Twitter, we're on Periscope, we're on Instagram, we're on.
It's what we're not
a few
on.
others.
Yeah.
I know it's like the other show. It's like TCA, where it's a shorter list where we're not.
Exactly.
So we got some giveaways today. So be prepared with our number 702-329-6947. Again, 702-329-6947. Between this show and Thoughts Count Anywhere next, we got some giveaways.
Absolutely. So let's start off with, don't forget, the Boulevard Mall is where we're located. And this weekend, not only do we have the store there, which is open every day, and they are open 11 to 9 on Monday through Saturday, and Sunday 11 to 7.
All right.
But this weekend, and we started yesterday, we have our sports card, toys, and collectibles show.
Yay!
And there goes the flyer up on the screen. And this weekend, we have two Raiders, former Raiders, Doki Williams and Jay Schrader. And they are signing autographs today from 1 to 3. And also AJ Kirsch, a former WWE wrestler, will be there from 12 to 3 today signing free autographs. Now, there is a nominal charge for the Raiders, Jay and Doki. And here's the catch. Mention the show. Mention you saw Power Play Sports Collectibles show when you come in today, and you will get a free Doki Williams autograph. So that being said, come on down to the Boulevard Mall this weekend and this upcoming afternoon for the Raiders signing. Once again, mention the Doki Williams sign, or that you saw the show. We'll give you a free Doki Williams autograph ticket.
Yep.
Jay and Doki are $15 and $20 respectively. Jay being $20 if you bring your own item. We do have 8x10s, mini helmets for purchase. We have some custom 8x10s that you will not find any other place but Power Play Sports Collectibles.
Right on.
So with that being said, also next weekend is Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's a little downer for this year. But needless to say,
it is next weekend.
Yeah, next Saturday.
Holy cow.
And that's unfortunate because this is the first time in many years
Right.
that Halloween falls on the weekend.
Right.
So the kids, don't have to get up for school the next day or, go to work, the parents.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really looking forward to being a great Halloween. Unfortunately, 2020.
That's right.
Let's just say 2020.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. By the way, speaking of 2020,
And 2020 took out your quarterback on the way to the end zone.
I'll tell you what. We'll talk about that in a second. I saw the greatest meme. Deshade posted a
Okay,
meme.
yeah.
Did you see it?
Yes.
I reshared it.
Yes.
An RKO out of nowhere
Yeah.
on Jones as he was running. I mean, look, I felt bad for him because all I had in my head was Chris Berman going and rumbling and stumbling and bumbling, and down he goes on the 15-yard line.
And he was just trying his damnedest to get to the end zone.
Yeah.
He knew he did not.
And as he was
have
getting
the
closer,
speed.
the end zone was getting further away.
It's like it's that mirage out there. And
the
for the
anxiety
Giants
dream.
season, it kind of just
Typical.
signed
Yeah.
that whole division.
Oh, terrible. I mean, fortunately, they got the touchdown a few plays later, but yeah, that was the epitome of the season and the calendar year right there. I hate to say it. But speaking of 2020 now inhibiting something else, we cannot start a watch party. Unfortunately, we do not have the option to share on a watch party. We are up on the live comments. We are monitoring them in the chat room. So that is why you're not seeing a watch party option from us. So I personally reshared the link to my personal page for others to see it, but we are monitoring the live chat. Chief, good to see you, sir. You're on your way to work, and he's disqualifying himself for any prize winnings this week. Which is,
I was going to ask him to come down and help slide photos today and help with the crowd, but I got to work. I'm like, oh, geez.
Well, he's already taken the time off for Unicon, so he's planning ahead for that.
Oh,
so.
Absolutely. And like I said, I'm having the same issue over here, so it's not your phone.
No, and Aaron, our producer, is having the same issue. So Facebook is doing something once again to screw us up. So
I'm being monitored.
Whose phone is on?
Could it be mine? No, it's probably mine.
That's right. Rule number one of your
Turn
phone.
off your phone when you come in the studio.
Anyway, so so a lot of good stuff going on. Yeah, Daniel Jones, and then I saw another one with the Dudley Boys, and somebody memed it with him going through a table, which I thought was great. But I love the RKO thing. That was terrific.
Out of nowhere. I just felt bad for him. And I'm glad they scored the touchdown because, for the rest of the year, his teammates are just,
Well, they're going to anyway.
Yeah.
They're going to rag them for the rest of the season. Could see all the memes throughout the year. But okay, so football for me, I'm waiting on spring training to start. That's all I really care about right now. Because
No. Take that back. You're a Pitt guy. What starts today?
I'm a what guy?
No, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Penn State, not Pitt. Same state.
Wow. Well, that's like saying
wrong end of the college.
That's like saying I'm a Quaker too. University of Pennsylvania is in the state too. But yes, they start today against
Big Ten.
Indiana. Yeah, Big Ten starts. Oh, actually, Big Ten started last night. Wisconsin had a game, and they took care of Illinois. I think is Penn State. I think is playing Indiana today.
But Penn is playing.
Yeah.
You've got Nebraska, Ohio State.
Oh yeah.
And then we got the Big Blue, Michigan.
Going up against Minnesota, I believe.
Minnesota. That's going to be a tough game.
Game day, college game day was up there.
Yep.
And boy, it looked cold. All the guys are in their coats, furry hats, and
it's the Big Ten.
I know.
And people wonder why the Big Ten, just has issues, with the exception of usually Ohio State and Michigan getting good recruits. Honestly, the reason that is how do you tell a young kid in high school, come play in the cold when you can go down to Florida, Alabama, play in sunny weather, maybe a little wet, but you got the girls on the beach.
Or at least your blood doesn't freeze.
Exactly. It's the recruiting for the Big Ten.
Now next week I'm in a little bit of a quandary. Next Saturday.
Okay.
Because, of course, as always, every Saturday I start my day with you, which is a great way to start behind the microphone. And when I'm done after Twin Brothers versus Pro Wrestling has a show going on next Saturday.
Correct.
However, that is not going to be totally done early enough for me to be home to watch Penn State, Ohio State next Saturday. Is the big game. Prime time next week.
Tape it.
I can't do. I've never taped a sporting event. Baseball, I can't, but it's dead by that time. I mean, everybody, especially with social media now,
exactly.
You know it's going to find out. But the quandary is I'm just going to try to speed along verses as fast as possible.
Let's go.
Right. Oh, did I hear a tap? 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Next match. Yeah. But anyway,
1, the bell rings.
Exactly.
But yeah, don't forget, we do have verses down at the Boulevard Mall next Saturday. Here's the deal. Halloween to me is and I apologize to all the kids out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're missing a great event. Get out, dress up. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to do the parties, still be safe, please. And then also, they're not doing trick or treating in the mall, so don't come to the mall to try to trick or treat. They are not allowing us to do trick or treating at the mall.
Right.
But Versus Pro Studios is doing the wrestling matches there early on, so you can still trick or treat at 9.
2:30, I think, is bell time.
Yeah. And then, after that, I'm taking my nephew to a little family party to let him trick or treat in the house from all of us and stuff like that because he's 6 years old.
Yeah.
And then. For the kids that are at the mall watching the wrestling, I've got Max, I got Leon, I got Vlad the Impaler, all from Ring of Honor, World Wrestling League, MCL, one of the indies. They've all had runs at Ring of Honor or Impact. They're going to sign free autographs for the kids that show up.
Are they coming in
gimmick?
ring gear?
Yep.
They are.
And if Aaron can sometime in the next second or two, and I apologize for that, I know he's variously working on
well, he's trying to get the share up for Facebook.
Bring up the flyer, and you can see they are definitely Halloween oriented. The one with the three
people.
Yep, the 3 wrestlers. Yeah, there we go.
There they are.
Yeah, they're definitely.
Those are 3 people I would not want to meet in a dark alley.
Or at the Boulevard Mall.
No. So that's next week.
That's
right?
next Saturday. They will be there before the wrestling matches from 1 to 3.
Are they going to come over to Versus afterwards?
Yeah, they're actually part of the show. So they're.
They are.
Yeah, they are part of the show.
Oh wow, good. So I actually get to meet them before we start the show because I'm ring announcing and doing commentary again. At least that's what I think Wes has me doing.
I heard going through a table, but that's okay.
Well, listen, I'll do anything to sell a car.
Are you not wrestling Chief?
No, I'm not wrestling Chief.
Yeah, Chief versus Aaron for the
24/7
24/7 Aaron Phillips belt.
That's right.
And then later on, right around middle of November, we've got Brian Pillman, son of
that's cool.
Brian Pillman Sr.,
Right.
Brian Pillman Jr., who is hot on the wrestling circuit right now.
He is.
He was scheduled to come in March, but obviously COVID stopped that. So he's coming in on the 28th.
Which is Thanksgiving weekend, I
Yes,
believe.
absolutely. So while you're down there picking up all your Christmas gifts, come on down and, see Brian.
Listen, all the signings are great, but you never have them when I'm available. So just have that mystery elf keep getting me the signatures.
Yeah,
for
the
my
elf
collection.
on the shelf that's in quarantine. What's that?
A mensch on a bench. That would be
mensch
the
on
Jewish
bench.
version.
Exactly.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Mensch on a bench.
So, we've got a lot going on. We've got the signings,
Yes.
but we also have Unicon.
Right.
Fandoms United, March 5th through the 7th. We have the voices of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles along with April. And we also signed it'll be parked outside, but the Turtle Van.
The Turtle Van.
The Turtle Van.
I wonder what they used to wax their van.
Turtle Wax.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You fell right into it.
Exactly.
Oh, I found Watch Party.
Woohoo!
I found the Watch Party. Go ahead.
So excited.
I know, we're so excited here in the
They
studio.
moved it.
And yes, we're dragging the show to make sure that everybody gets
That's
to hear
right.
it.
Okay. I just started a Watch Party.
How?
Well, if you go...
We're going to do technical with Aaron.
That's right. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've clicked on the regular video, the live video, and you go to the bottom, you get that little oval button that says share, that little blue button. Click on that, and then you'll see 3 options across the top. One of them says start Watch Party. Whole new way
I
to
can
do
find a satellite in the space
But
for
you
the people that know my real job, but I can't do social
No,
media.
You can't.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness. So yes, we found the watch party. We are now have the
Yay.
watch party up. So it only took how long? 27
and
minutes.
Mine's still not working. So I'll try during the commercial
Yes.
break. And why don't we do that? Why don't we do a quick commercial break?
Sounds
We'll come back
good.
and talk about some sports.
Yes.
Yep.
For all your sports collectibles in Las Vegas, stop by Power Play Sports Collectibles in the Boulevard Mall. Power Play has a large selection of items from all your favorite teams, specializing in the Vegas Golden Knights, Las Vegas Raiders, and pro wrestling. Power Play Sports Collectibles has an online store if you prefer the online shopping experience, plus they ship worldwide. So if you're looking for that sports collectible for yourself or that special someone, check out Power Play Sports Collectibles online at www.powerplaysportscards.com or at the Boulevard Mall.
Sports Card Toys and Collectibles Show to be held October 23rd through the 25th at the Boulevard Mall. Signing autographs on Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. will be special guests from the Las Vegas Raiders, Dokie Williams and Jay Schrader. Once again, Sports Card Toys and Collectibles Show October 23rd through the 25th at the Boulevard Mall. Hope to see you all there soon. Unicon Fandoms United in Las Vegas, March 5th through the 7th, 2021. All the fandoms collide. The toy world, the sports world, the comic world, the cosplay world, gaming, and pro wrestling. Unicon Fandoms United at the World Market Center Expo, March 5th through the 7th in Las Vegas. Hope to see you there.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? I just wonder, is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
Welcome back. Power Play Sports Collectible Show coming to you live from the Go Live Vegas studios in Las Vegas. PowerPlaySportsCards.com is the website, right? PowerPlaySportsCards.com is the website to find out. Hey, if you can't get into the store, if you're out of the local area and you want to see all the great collectibles available, heck, man, just go right to his website.
Absolutely.
PowerPlay Sports Collectibles, PowerPlaySportsCards.com is the website.
It's a test for you each week.
No, I know.
So don't forget, today we've got the Sports Card Toys and Collectibles
Yes.
Show over at the Boulevard Mall. If you mention you heard this on the show or watched the show, we will give you a Dokie Williams autograph, $15 value there. And just come on down and I say, hey, we saw the guys. And maybe that's why we can't do the watch party. It's not on purpose, but needless to say. And then also, during the week, you know, for this upcoming week, especially the last part of October here, because we're getting in the Christmas season, if you want to do some shopping, come on in. If, say, you saw the show. If you saw the show.
Anything.
This week, up until Halloween, 31st, give you 10% off your total purchase.
Wow. Are you sure you're not Santa Claus? You're giving away a lot of stuff.
If it is, I'm COVID dead. So
So today, if you go into the store and you mention the show today, you'll get a free autograph.
Yep.
Go in all week, mention the show or Thoughts Count Anywhere. 10% off in the store. That's pretty cool.
absolutely.
Now, what if someone who's listening to us is in New York and they want to buy something online and they heard us? Can they still do the 10%?
They can still do that.
There you go.
Yep.
See, I'm thinking about all my East Coast buddies.
Yeah.
All 12 of them.
You have 12 now.
Well,
That's up from 10.
I know, exactly. I counted my sister. I counted my triplets 3 times.
And
so.
on a serious
Yes.
note / humorous note,
Okay.
don't forget, early voting is going on at the
Yes.
Boulevard Mall.
Yep.
It's in the parking lot. It's not inside. I've had a lot of people come inside, and yeah, there's been issues. But don't come inside the mall. But come inside the mall to shop.
Oh, absolutely.
But because of the COVID restrictions and rules, the voting is outside
Yep.
on Maryland Parkway.
I voted there this week.
Between the old Sears
And Applebee's.
And
yeah.
Applebee's, yep. And it's real easy. Just go in, you show your ID, your signature is verified. Go on in and vote. If you don't want to, they have the drop box
Yep.
there. And here is the humorous part. My daughter not my daughter, real daughter, but my little puppy daughter, my COVID dog.
Your COVID dog.
I got the wonderful text from the wife before she went in to vote, or she was going to vote. I obviously was at the mall.
Right.
She was going to go drop her ballot because she just wants to do that.
Sure,
That's fine.
sure.
That's her own political,
Yeah.
wants and
Right.
needs. I've been accused of tainting the puppy.
Tainting the puppy.
Yes, because she got a hold of the ballot and almost destroyed it. And for those who know the political climate in our household, one of us is one
side,
one of us is the other side. And I got the text, I got the picture of Cleo's the puppy's
Right.
name, and said you're tainting. I'm calling CNN. You've
It's only fitting.
Yeah.
This year has gone to the dogs in every which way possible.
Exactly. So, but the serious note
Yes.
is go out there and vote, whatever candidate you want to vote for. The only thing I didn't like was in the paper ballot, you can actually pick and choose, which you can anyway. But if you don't believe in either person, like the judges,
Right.
you can just leave it off and it'll count.
Right.
The electronic, which I did because I feel that way, you had to choose. To me, they should all have, none of the above.
Right.
Because
I agree.
there's one judge area that I can't stand either one of them. So I'm like, and then it wouldn't accept until I actually picked one. And then it was like,
Yeah. Really.
okay, yeah, which
Where's
is the
coin?
worst of the two evils.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, I felt the same way because I did electronically too, and there was those positions that you only had one candidate, or like you said, if you have two candidates, you're not really feeling either. You have no choice. But as a reminder, though, if you do go to the early voting sites and you have your mail-in ballot at home, you must destroy that mail-in ballot because you can't vote twice.
Right.
So they do ask you and remind you to get rid of the mail-in ballot, which I did.
good for
Happily.
you. Yes.
But now I just wish, for crying out loud, they stopped sending me all the political crap because I've already voted. Yesterday, I went to my mailbox, pulled everything out. Every piece was a campaign thing, threw it all out. The amount of money that's spent on those things, I just wish they would reallocate that money to things like, I don't know, education maybe?
Yeah.
Is something?
Or the roads or
Or the
something, something of benefit,
Something.
Yeah.
I mean, the budgets on that stuff is crazy.
Yeah,
and all it is mudslinging flyers. That's really all they pretty much are.
I was pretty happy, and I saw on one of the news channels, I'll leave it be, there's the two candidates up in, I think they're running for the House up in Utah.
Okay.
Both candidates did an ad together. It was unheard of. And it was real. I give them credit. First time he and I've seen eye to eye,
absolutely.
and I'm usually taller than him. But it was really good. They both said their political stance,
right?
And they said we're just not going to sling mud here.
Good,
and
good.
I give them credit for that.
Very refreshing.
Let's hear what you are going to do or what you've done.
That's right.
What you're going to do, and stop with the he said, she said,
right.
And, because the worst thing, and that's probably why I can't get on social media.
They blocked you.
They blocked me.
702-329-6947, 702-329-6947. Call in right now, and we'll set you up with a free autograph. But you also need to go to the mall, too, and you can get it. Mention the show.
Absolutely.
Mention Power Play. Mention TCA. And by the way, Thoughts Count Anywhere, we're going to be a little light staff today, right? Because you have to take off.
I have to jet to go on over there. Yeah, I'm going to take my private jet.
Your private jet. Jason is taking care of some family business, so I believe just Matt and I will be holding down the fort. So,
don't walk all over Matt.
No, I'm not. I won't wipe my feet. Don't worry about it. Okay.
So Big Ten football's back.
Yes,
absolutely. We touched on that. That's great. Tampa Bay plays the Raiders. Hopefully. The entire offensive line had to be quarantined. Now they get to play.
Right.
I honestly think they probably should have. I think they're rushing it.
Well, three of they did some more tests yesterday, and of the linemen that they sent home, I believe one tested positive while the rest were negative. So the majority of the offensive line looks like we'll be able to play. But
since this COVID thing, we really don't know.
Right.
Who are we kidding? Stop playing the left side, right side, Monday morning quarterback. If you got some positive tests, why don't we they've postponed enough games.
Right.
Postpone it.
Well, this was originally a Sunday night primetime game.
And they are afraid that
they bumped it to 4:05 Eastern just in case. So who knows?
Tom Brady's first trip into Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
Absolutely.
And he's going to have Antonio Brown.
Is that official? Because as of yesterday, he hadn't signed. He went to. He's supposed to be there today, but
if anybody makes an offer, Antonio Brown should sign.
he can sign with anybody.
Yeah,
the
I mean,
Pop
you know,
Warner team if need be.
I mean, seriously, he's a problem child from the get-go. The Steelers did the right thing. The Patriots did the right thing.
Right.
Obviously, I'm assuming Brady had some.
That's the reports.
Yeah, had some influence in this signing.
Because it looked like Seattle was the front runner for him prior to Tampa coming up.
But the interesting part, if you think about it, you've got the Lakers already taking a championship, and you've got the
Dodgers.
No, you got Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Already gotten a championship.
Okay.
The Dodgers and the Tampa Bay Rays are in the World Series. So one of those two cities is going to have
Double up.
2 championships.
Yeah, they're going to
LA.
double up. But they're up 2-1.
But think about Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Maybe Brady went down there to, even the two champions.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Who
exactly.
knows? Interesting.
But yeah, definitely the Raiders COVID thing is, was definitely an issue. We've got the Tampa Bay game here tomorrow.
Right.
UNLV.
Yes.
And you saw my little thing in there. They're going to allow 2,000 fans, 2,000 people in the stadium.
Attendees.
Yeah. I'm wondering if they actually have 2,000 fans.
Did they get 2,000 fans down at Sam Boyd?
Yeah, they did. But,
When Cunningham played, maybe.
Yeah, well, no, the alum goes down.
Sure.
They're the students. It's cheap, it was cheap entertainment. I've gone to UNLV games, and they're fun.
Right.
The trouble is, it's now in Allegiant Stadium.
Right.
It's going to be the first time fans are going to be able to see for the Rebels versus the Raiders. So I don't know how the Raiders feel about that. Don't forget, don't piss off, who you rent from.
Right.
And then also...
Well, I got to imagine that don't you think they would have been part of the decision-making to allow UNLV in?
You would think, but, with all the things going on in the state right now, I think the Raiders were too busy worrying about COVID this week.
True.
To
That's true.
But it won't be for a couple weeks, but tickets are over $100 for GA. And that is just because you're seeing the stadium. Who we kidding?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The stadium this year, or whenever they allow fans in to full capacity, is as much the reason to go to a game as it is anything else just to see it. It's
absolutely.
It's a thing all by itself to check out. But, yeah, it was funny when I was watching the Giants game, not only was I crying, but
Chief put a little thing in there. Cleo did well.
Yes, and then he also puts in there $110 ticket price.
Yeah, 140 as of last night. That's it's ridiculous.
What I find what was interesting watching the Giants game, we'll talk about that in a few minutes, was all the cutouts are there.
Yeah,
right, and they have people in the end zones with cutouts. The cutouts are there, and then they have people seating among the cutouts. Okay. So what I thought was absolutely ridiculous, first of all, was the sight of people jumping up and waving during a field goal around all these cutouts. But every time there was a defensive play, both the Giants and Cowboys were guilty of the same thing. They jumped up, pumping fists and everything, pointing to the crowd of cutouts. Like the emotion, it's like when there's people there and you want the response, that's great. But when you're doing all the same stuff and you're pointing to the crowd and you know that either nobody's sitting in the section you're pointing to or the cutouts are there, what are you doing?
Well, it's sort of like, we do the show for wrestling, Thoughts Count Anywhere. And WWE, the wrestlers are used to coming out to a crowd.
Yeah, and
they're doing the same thing when they actually come out in the, it's an arena studio.
Right.
And they're like, yay.
Right.
Yay, and there was nobody there. Now they have the TV screens.
Right, the Thunderdome.
Very similar to cutouts, but they're live people.
Live cutouts.
Live screens with people in there. It just affected.
Yeah,
it's funny. It really is, and it's going to be the new normal for a while.
Absolutely, absolutely will be. But anyway, I just thought that was funny that they had attendees amongst the cutouts to make the end zones look full during field goals and stuff, and the players jumping up after a sack or whatever, and they're pointing to the crowd and fist pumping to the crowd, and they're doing this, and they're in the end to cutouts. Are you kidding me? To empty seats? Are you kidding me? Really? I just find that
don't
annoying.
forget they did have a tragedy of the bear getting hit by the foul
yes, they
ball.
did. Yeah, that's very true.
That the bear,
but I understand
the bear
emotion.
survived.
It was unbearable to see it happen. But anyway, I get the emotion.
Yes.
And you release. I get all of that, and you lose it for that moment when you're in that emotional. But from a viewer standpoint, it was kind of funny. It was kind of awkward, seeing that, knowing no one's there, the roar of the crowd, and the camera pans back, and you see empty seats.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yay,
exactly.
team.
Anyway.
The one popcorn person sitting there selling popcorn to himself or something.
Exactly.
Basketball pre-Christmas start.
Yes.
They were talking about Christmas, which is a great big popular
Always.
day for NBA.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to start October 30th. That way they can get a 72-game season in before the Olympics.
I think it's a good idea if they can get it done before the Olympics, because I don't think the NBA or any team that's going to restart needs another interruption for any reason. So if they can get it in and everybody agrees to it, why not? Get it in, get it done before Olympics, and hopefully the following year everything will get back on a track. So.
Very true. I'm still worried about the Olympics. I mean, we're looking at, March, April now is what they're talking about?
Something like that.
We should have a vaccine by then. It just depends how many people take it. Not that's your own personal choice.
Right.
But, with, if we have a football game here, it's, 60,000 people.
Right.
With the Olympics, you have millions of people
From
in a
all over the
city,
world.
all over the world, interchanging between events. When you go to the Olympics, you don't just usually go for one event. You go, figure skating to downhill luge, all the, you get as much in as you can. You go to those little parties. That could be questionable. It just, I fear, and I'm really wondering if they're trying to finish so the NBA players have the possibilities of playing in the Olympics.
Or the option to opt out.
Or the option to opt out, the hockey players,
Right.
Things of that nature. How do you protect the athletes and the world citizens,
Is it in Japan?
It is in Japan.
I don't know. It's a good question. Hopefully they've taken all this time to work on protocols and procedures and stuff to hopefully keep everybody safe.
Exactly.
They can't do it in a bubble because the whole city would have to be a bubble based on where all the venues are.
When you have the Olympics, you have dorms.
Right.
Who we can,
Yeah.
unless you're like the NBA players who had like their own cruise ship or, something. Most of the athletes, double and triple up in dorms in mostly college, areas.
Yeah.
So in the NHL, Doc Emmerich has passed away. He's one of the
Yeah.
greatest voices in NHL. Yeah.
Yeah. Saw that.
It just, we're starting to lose
The classics.
and that's what's sad. And I'm sorry, Joe Buck is not a classic, and I think he's in a little hot water right now. Him and Troy Aikman.
Yeah. It wasn't a hot mic, but somebody caught something that was inappropriate about the flyover or something, and eventually, listen, here's the bottom line. Like Herm Edwards said, don't, hit delete, don't hit enter.
Yes.
Why would you put yourself potentially in a position as a public figure? Cameras are around you, microphones are around you.
Yep.
I don't care if it's preseason, during
political
the commercial,
season.
as political season, just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Period. That's why we don't do that on shows here.
Yes, we just do it on purpose.
We just do it on purpose.
And in defense of the military,
Yes.
and I am very strong in the military, I work on the base here. The flyovers that you see are part of their training budget. So yes, and that's getting forgotten in things. So when they do a flyover, when the Thunderbirds do a flyover here, they don't go out in the morning and because for people who work on Nellis Air Force Base here, Thunderbirds pretty much take off every day and they go out for about an hour, come back. Even the regular pilots do the same thing. It's on a schedule. When they do military flyovers, they don't go out that day or with their scheduled time. They take that off the books and they do it for a flyover, not only for publicity,
Sure,
but it's part of their training. So it's not extra money being spent.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
so
good to know.
Troy
Right
and Joe, you're not like your father.
702-329-6947. Free autographs.
Yeah.
From Okie Dokie up for today.
Dokie Williams, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's won a Super Bowl with the Raiders. We'll have his ring on and get a free autograph. All you have to do is mention you heard it here on the show.
Right on. Or on Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Or on Thoughts Count Anywhere. So remind Matt, and you guys don't forget.
Right. What was it you just wanted me to do?
Yeah, exactly. Baseball, Dodgers, Rays. Dodgers are up 2-1, and I did this before the game ended.
Yes, 2-1. They won last night. So
The thing coming out of the series right now is Kershaw. Little rocky first inning.
but he's never pitched well in the playoffs.
Right, but locked him down the rest of the game.
Yeah. That I agree. I mean, he started shaky. What did he go, 5 innings? Something like 6 innings, something like that?
The first inning, it was a little shaky.
Yeah.
Actually, for both pitchers, to be honest with you. But,
Right.
a little shaky, but then he just started cruising.
Yeah. Well,
And
you get into that groove and that rhythm as an athlete.
One of
Ain't
the
no stopping
greatest Dodger pitchers of all time. I still think Koufax is the best left-hander, but just injury.
Right.
Kershaw has all the left-hander records now for the Dodgers. But needless to say,
Do you think his playoff record and his inability to get through the playoffs will hurt him in any way, shape, or form when it comes to the potential of a Hall of Fame induction?
No.
Okay. I was just curious.
Because this year I'm my money's on the Dodgers. I think everybody is leaning that way, except in the Tampa area,
right?
Because of the ratings, they obviously want the games to continue on, but they wanted Houston, or the Yankees to be a classic.
They needed the big
matchup.
market, yeah,
the two market teams.
Yep.
So Dodgers should take this. I say 4-2.
So you think it's going to go 6?
I think it'll go 6.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not going to take it to 7th.
Brian says he's heading to the mall now. Brian Johansson.
Yeah, he's one of my vendors, him and the family. They sell Funko Pops. So if you're looking for those Funko Pops, those little 4-inch creatures, and some of them are a little bit bigger, he's got 3 tables and about 6 racks.
Right on.
I moved them yesterday. So of Funko Pops, and they start at $5.
Right on.
So very affordable.
Speaking of which, speaking of money and buying Funko Pops, if you want to advertise and be part of the Power Play Sports Collectibles family and or Thoughts Count Anywhere family of shows, hit us up, man. We're averaging about 20,000 shows a week just on Facebook alone after 1 week. How much would it cost you in time and money for you yourself to try to get in front of 20,000 potential business leads in 1 hour? Make it simple for some very affordable costs that we have available, a couple of different packages, and we even have packages that combines advertising for both shows. So reach out to us. You can reach out to us at info@thoughtscountanywhere.com or hit us up on our website. Go to our website there, or PowerPlay. What's the connection through PowerPlay? Sales at
PowerPlaySportsCards.com.
Send us an email. We'll get back to you with some options. We're talking very affordable rates to get 20,000 potential people to see your ad, your product, your service, and it's much more efficient for you.
And if you just want to call the store, it's 702, which you got to add. You got to do that now because of the different area codes, people moving, cell phones. But the store number is 702-482-7529.
Right on.
702-482-7529. If you can't remember the last 4 digits, it's play.
Oh,
the little
PLAY. That's very good.
The little ABCs.
Let me see. I got a phone in front of me. What did you say?
7529.
752. Yeah, you even spelled it right. Based on the way it's on your license plate.
Dead giveaway. I want to thank Jason for that license plate.
Yes.
Because he looked it up, wanted it for his car, and he's like, Power Play is available for license plates. I'm like, really?
Not anymore. Give me 5 seconds. It won't be. So anyway, so give us a call. Get that free autograph session today. Become an advertiser on our show. We got a lot going on around here. So.
Absolutely. And so with that being said, we'll take our last commercial break.
Okay.
Pay a few bills.
See?
Talk about some hoppy. Talk about the birthdays, and then we'll get out of here so I can get over to the Boulevard Mall.
Yeah, actually has to go to work for a living.
Yeah, I know. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Sports Card Toys and Collectibles Show to be held October 23rd through the 25th at the Boulevard Mall. Signing autographs on Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. will be special guests from the Las Vegas Raiders, Dokie Williams and Jay Schrader. Once again, Sports Card Toys and Collectibles Show October 23rd through the 25th at the Boulevard Mall. Hope to see you all there soon.
Damas y caballeros, I am Ricardo Rodriguez, and I want every single person out there to watch my very favorite show, Thoughts Count Anywhere, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m.
It's not easy. The mask kind of makes people uncomfortable. I don't have much of a social life. I wish people could see me for who I am, just trying to fit in. Be a good friend. Make a living. I know, the whole chainsaw thing, the woods, sneaking up on people, I get it. I don't have the best reputation. But the thing is, behind the mask, I'm just a regular guy. I'm not scary at all. I have a cat.
All right, welcome back to Power Play Sports Collectibles Show. I'm Aaron, that's Scott. Go Live Vegas Studios, heart of Las Vegas. You know, it's we're supposed to be in a cold snap. I saw yesterday a headline, freezing rain possible in Las Vegas, because first of all, we haven't had rain in almost 200 days. I think 180 something, which is
200. Just round up.
Yeah, let's
just like
round
your
up.
taxes. Just round up.
Calling for a small chance of rain because we're getting this like monsoon Canadian blast the next day or so that's going to take our temperatures like as a high on Monday or Tuesday. We're not even getting out of the 50s.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 55.
Yeah.
When 3 days ago we were in the 90s.
Exactly. Yeah. And so break out your thermals, break out your winter jackets.
For us in Las Vegas,
that's why you notice I still have a little jacket on because it was like 58 degrees when I left my house this morning. And I can't get rid of the chill.
For the people in New York, up in the Northeast, Michigan,
they're saying
55, that's summertime for us. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, yeah, Aaron's right. He wants us to blame Canada because of the Canadian cold air that comes down,
South Park.
So,
yeah.
All right.
And you know that little PSA commercial, it's meant for humor, but definitely take it serious. And I think it's still relevant being Halloween.
Yes, that is very true.
So with the sports talk, we've passed that. Now we're going to hobby talk.
Hobby.
Don't forget the 2022 National is in Atlantic City now.
Okay.
It is official. They signed, sealed,
they
delivered.
did.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's moved over.
And where are they doing it? In the convention center?
Yeah, in the convention center in Atlantic City, the one that had all the beds and that put into it.
Right.
Sterilized. But it's a very nice convention center.
Cool. That'll be good for Atlantic City too.
Yeah, exactly. People seem to forget the whole New York, New Jersey, every place in this world right now has been touched by this virus.
Absolutely.
And so, everything aside,
go
out and support the best you can your small businesses, your big businesses, because they're hurting too.
Absolutely.
And I'm a small business, but you think the big grocery stores, if they weren't around and didn't keep their employees working, where would we all be right now?
Absolutely.
So God bless them. All the first responders, which I'm part of, but needless to say, all the first responders out there, and I don't have my wallet here on the table, but I have been purchasing when I go to the grocery store the 20 packs of Starbucks $5 gift cards, and I've been keeping them in my wallet. So whenever I see a first responder, just sitting there on the side,
just chilling,
just relaxing, because it's a very stressful job. Even for the paramedics, the police, everything, I usually walk over and hand them a $5.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's not a lot, but you know what?
I don't think they look at it for price tag. It's just a great gesture to thank them. So
because what would you do without them? I mean, come on. All the political ramifications.
Absolutely.
October 1, remember who was taking the bullets for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, continuing on with hobby talk, Tom Brady autographs were $900. Last time he did a signing, they were $900 a piece. So when his pen touched the paper, it was $900. They sold out in 20 minutes. He has now signed an exclusive deal with Fanatics.
Oh.
So the price is going to go up, but now it's sort of like the upper deck deals that Jordan, Gretzky, and them had. Fanatics is now the new evil empire, as we call them in the sports. You got to go through them.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see what the price is. But he signed it yesterday, and
I must say that's where I get a lot of my hats, though.
Yeah, Fanatics. I mean, it's a great company, but they've taken a huge monopoly.
Yeah,
and they have a warehouse here.
Yeah, and they have a store in the Meadows Mall, I believe, unless they moved out. They have one. It's downstairs. Yeah, it's downstairs at the escalator at what used to be the Sears end.
Okay. I haven't been to the Meadows in a few years.
Yeah.
So,
but I do it. I like shopping online.
I like, because I'm a small business, the touchy-feely.
Absolutely.
But yes, Amazon does come to my house quite often.
They know you're at. When they don't come 3 days in a row, they send you a get well card.
Yeah, or they come and just knock on the door. Is Scott okay?
Yeah, right.
We're just doing a health check.
Exactly.
And I can tell you, there's a lot of people that have been doing that. Just in my neighborhood, I leave certain times of the day to go either into work or run and grab lunch. Because pretty much been working at home, just like a lot of people have. And you see the Amazon delivery trucks, and you see packages on everybody's door. And you know what? With Christmas coming up, don't do it. Don't be one of those people stealing packages.
Yeah, that's the big danger. Big danger. And also, too, while you're talking about that, seriously, if you have a neighbor that you haven't seen in a couple of days, that you normally would see walking, whatever, you know what? Go knock on their door and make sure it's okay.
Unfortunate situation right across the street. I had an elderly lady, lived by herself. We were doing wellness checks on her, and the unfortunate happened over
sorry to hear that. That's
couple
terrible.
months ago, and no family. The county comes by every week and does a spot check on the house and
Jeez.
things like that. Unfortunate. God rest her soul. She was a wonderful lady. But yeah, like you said, if you haven't seen, take care of each other
Absolutely.
around you. Yeah.
I have a neighbor who's 92 or 3. She lives like she's still like 52 or 3. And she told me a couple of weeks ago, we were out front talking, that she's going away for a couple of weeks. And I'm glad she told me, because
Right.
we had a scare last year where her dog was barking during the night a couple of times, but not that bark like, oh, someone's coming, bark,
Right.
bark. That whiny bark,
The
like something could,
howling, yeah.
So a couple of nights, and so like the rest of our neighbors, where I live, our units are in little pod quads. There's
Okay.
4 of us. So she's in the one next over. So one day we go, myself and one of the other neighbors were like, have you heard? I haven't seen. I don't know. The dog's barking, whining. We go knocking on the door. Now there's no answer.
Yeah.
And so our neighbor across the street knows this neighbor's son.
Okay.
And fortunately, they told us that she was away.
Gotcha.
But now we're worried about the dog, because I'm not going to call animal control.
No.
I know the people.
Right.
Okay. And so the son got in touch with the mother, who was up in the mountains on a retreat. That's why she couldn't get, and they were going to get the dog sitter was coming to check in a couple of times a day. And
Right.
finally, they made the arrangements to have the dog sitter take
The
her
dog.
dog to her place.
Right.
Because I just didn't want somebody who doesn't know the area. Oh, I'm hearing this dog. I got to call animal control.
Yeah.
I don't want that happening. So I don't want to be that neighbor. So.
And why I looked is over your right, your left shoulder.
Right.
Right, for the viewers. We're having a screen issue that says, do you want to take control? And we're like, we've tried to take control over you over this time.
All right. We digress.
Upper Deck Golf is
Yes.
now, the Upper Deck Trading Card Company. They had golf during the heyday of, Tiger Woods. They came out with the golf trading cards and things like that. And during his downtime, they've gone away from it. But they are coming back this year with the Upper Deck Golf set. So those golf collectors out there, there's your chance for Tiger Woods autograph, Phil Mickelson,
Can I tell
Dustin
you?
Johnson.
I didn't even know there were golf trading cards.
There's trading cards for everything, trust me.
That's true. We should have our own line of trading cards.
You can. You haven't had your own trading card? My daughter had her own trading
Actually,
card.
I do have one that Ref Ben through the wrestling. He does printing, and for Big Valley Wrestling, we did an event over at Opportunity Village, and he had cards made up for us so that we had this. I was actually part of an autograph signing table after I was done commentary.
And you had dollar bills here. Here's
Yeah,
my
here,
card.
take one.
Take one.
So I do have, and Ben actually created it. So yeah, I do. I
Yeah,
have
you
one.
know, you can go on Topps' website and what was formerly Upper Deck,
Right.
And you can
Create your own.
create your own.
Wow.
Yeah, my daughter, her first 3 or 4 years, I did it because she was in gymnastics, she
Sure.
was in soccer, and then her very first one was a Michigan little cheerleader outfit, when she was an infant, those cute days. Now
Yes.
she's 14. And,
I know.
Yeah.
They're not so cute.
No.
They're cuter in other ways, but
Yeah, exactly. and I've tried to teach her that, writing home does not mean giving me the ATM slip.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So with that being said,
Yes.
let's do some closeouts
All right.
so we can get out of here early.
Yeah, you gotta go to
and
work.
You've got Matt coming in. So
He's
birthdays.
usually here by now,
Yeah,
so I'm
exactly.
a little worried.
You and me both are. It's going to be a one-man show.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a run sheet, but we'll have fun.
Yeah, you'll have fun. Just remember.
Matt, hurry up and get here, will you, please?
Exactly. He's a little stressed.
That's right.
So I might have to do it remotely on the phone from the car. So anyway, birthdays this week.
Yes.
Mike Ditka,
The Bears.
the Bears, and his famous, one finger salute coming off the field with his Bears.
Yeah, that's right. There was that news conference too that always is played on ESPN, and I can't remember what the setting is, but he had some very colorful news conferences as a coach too.
Yeah.
And let's not forget he was not in a dress, but he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated with Ricky Williams when he was
Yes.
drafted by the Saints when
Yes.
Ditka was the
They're
coach down
of the
there.
Saints.
So, but anyway, but a great football player, great linebacker, guy you don't want to mess with.
No, Martina Navratilova.
One of the greatest female tennis players in the
Yeah.
world, and I think she still ranks high in many of the tennis records, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely. Obviously, Serena and
Right.
Steffi Graf and Tracy Austin.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just definitely. And here's Matt.
Yes, thank goodness.
Yes. He was stressing.
I was
over here.
stressing,
Yes.
dude. Because we were watching the clock, realizing he's usually here by now.
And then people are going to wonder why I put this on here, but Jean-Claude Van Damme,
Yeah, why did you put that on there?
martial arts. He was influential in the martial arts.
But I think most people don't. They know he's from that world, but they know him as an actor, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
and then wait a second, get this right. Evander Holyfield.
Yeah, right. Yes.
God rest his soul, Mickey Mantle, one of the greatest.
Chief is in there giving us a virtual bell.
Yeah,
ding,
virtual
ding,
bell.
ding.
Yeah, exactly. Mickey Mantle, Keith Hernandez.
There are just some people when you hear a name, you can't think of anything but, Mickey Mantle, number 7, Yankees,
Yes.
Marilyn Monroe, career cut short because he stepped into a drainage hole.
Absolutely, yeah.
But
the great, in Yankee Stadium.
yeah, absolutely. Keith Hernandez. People may forget he played for the Cardinals before he became a Met.
Yes.
And the history of the Mets. Without him, and then eventually Gary Carter. Finally,
Gary Carter, definitely, yeah.
those two really helped bring the Mets to prominence in the 80s when they finally, when they won in 86.
The most valuable player wasn't, a lot of people think it was either Hernandez or Gary Carter.
Right.
Yeah, okay, first baseman. Bill Buckner was the greatest MVP of that.
We'll take it any way you can get
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Whitey Ford,
who we just lost.
would have had a birthday.
Yeah.
Jimmy Fox, great player. Ichiro Suzuki.
You know what? I think one of the most underrated Major League Baseball players ever to play. I mean, he was the Babe Ruth of Japanese of Japanese
People
baseball.
seem to forget that heroes might not have the hit record
Right.
if Ichiro would have started in the major leagues.
Correct.
Because he had many years over in
Doesn't
Japan.
he have more hits combined between playing both here? So he does have the most hits in baseball history of the game. Most underrated. He's now, I think, in the front office for the Mariners. Is
Yeah,
that
I think
right?
he stopped playing last year.
Yeah.
He had and he still went out with a bang.
I'm telling you, this guy.
And you know what? He played during that whole steroid era.
Yeah.
And, just he could hit anything.
He played for 1 year with the Yankees. Unfortunately, they didn't use him often enough or well enough to really see his abilities. But by that point, he wrote his own. He's going to get into the Hall of Fame eventually.
Oh, first ballot, easy.
Yeah.
He might go unanimous.
Fuck you. Oh, did I say that? My name is Joe Buck. Anyway.
Yeah, Derek, one vote short Jeter. No, Ichiro, don't forget, he also played in Seattle.
Right, which was not easy.
And also, it's not a media market. Think
No.
if he would have played for the Yankees or
Yeah.
Dodgers or any of the
Absolutely.
major he would have been the poster child during that whole era.
Totally agree.
Yeah. World famous Pele.
He was when I was growing up, he was already in the major soccer league. He was playing for the New York franchise. Again, not a huge soccer fan, but there are certain names within other sports that you just know who they are.
Yeah.
Number 10, Pele. That's all you need to say.
Yeah, exactly.
And he played in the big market like you were just talking about, and people know him and know the history.
And then from the
Miracle. That's all you need to say.
The
Miracle.
U.S. Olympic team, Mike Eruzione. And for those who have not ever watched Miracle the movie, please do.
Yeah, absolutely.
The documentaries about the team and the coach.
People forget that the win over Russia was not the finals.
No, it was. Yeah,
That's the thing.
We were down in the gold medal game to Finland. So we came back from both. But obviously beating the Russians was
that was absolutely the Mount Rushmore to beat.
absolutely
no question.
Those teams, they were all professionals.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
absolutely.
When they pulled the goalie, the Russian goalie was the key. He was the superstar. He was the god of goalies at that time.
Right.
And the coach pulled him. I mean, you see the movie, you see what happened in the documentary.
Yep.
The boys knew, wait a second, we just got under their skin.
Right.
Let's continue this on. So
Absolutely.
They did. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right.
So don't forget Boulevard Mall today. We've
Boulevard
got
Mall.
the Sports Card Toys
Sports Card
Collectible
show thing.
The show. And we also got the, we got wrestling over at Versus almost
Yes.
every day training, so you can go and pop in.
Next Saturday, though, Boulevard Brawls for Halloween.
Yes, and we got Max, Leon, and Vlad the Impaler all signing autographs for free. Don't forget, if you come
Wasn't
down...
that Dracula?
I know.
Vlad the Impaler?
Yes.
That was
Bela
Dracula.
Lugosi, yeah, people don't forget, and the red light went on. So don't forget, if you come down today...
Means the French fries are done.
Yeah, and mention you saw the show and mention that, we mentioned that you get a free Doki Williams autograph.
And we will continue that on Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Matt's over here on my
He's ready to
right,
go.
your left. And then don't forget also this week, 10% off if you mention the show.
All week.
All week.
mention the show, mention Power Play Sports Collectibles Show or Thoughts Count Anywhere. Go down to the Boulevard Mall, check in at the store, Power Play Sports Collectibles, get 10% off. Great way to prep for your holiday shopping.
Absolutely.
Closing thoughts, sir.
I hope to see everybody down at the Boulevard today.
Yes, let's do it. Let's get down there and support our local businesses. I'm Aaron Phillips. That's Scott Hosey. As always, we'll see you next week right here, same time, same bat channel. Be kind to each other. Why is that? We're all we got. Stay tuned at the top of the hour. Thoughts Count Anywhere. At least 2 of us will be here. The other 2, they're having thoughts somewhere else.
We have no thoughts.
See you next time on Power Play Sports Collectibles. Thank you for watching.